Hi everyone. As I've done in the past, I am reading out a blog that I wrote recently, and my blog and my YouTube channel and others links and pointers are going to be in the description. Um, my name is Nilanjan Sarkar, and I also have a site called News Nirvana. So this blog that I wrote is about the inequality of wealth in this world today. So I just read a most amazing statistic or a troubling statistic that says that 26 people, 26 persons in this world, the top 26, own more wealth, top in terms of wealth. So the top 26 persons in this world own more than 50% of the rest of the world's population. So the 26 people have combined wealth of more than 4 billion people, which is 50% of the world's population. So can you imagine just 26 versus 4 billion? I also read that 55% of the world's population owns only 1.3%, which is close to 1%. So half the population owns 1%. It's also hard to imagine so much wealth being held in the hands of so little people, whereas about 1 in 10 persons in this in our world today, they survive on less than $2 per day. Less than $2 per day. It's not only disheartening, but it represents a serious injustice, and I believe it is causing damage to our societies and democracy. I mean, we want to promote democracy, but um, this inequality is not going to help that cause. The wealth gap between the rich and poor has been growing exponentially in the recent decades. It is largely due to increasing concentration of wealth with the top 1%, who are getting consistently higher and higher returns on investments, and as the gap increases. It's also probable that the globalization has actually led to a major impact on the wealth quality. The outsourcing of jobs to developing countries has brought considerable wealth to the advanced economies and the capitalist owners, um, but it has driven down the wage because of competition in the developing countries. And also compounding to this is the long history of unequal opportunities, racism, oppressed minorities, other institutional barriers, and which affects uh, everyone in a sense. So the wealth inequality is a global problem, and we have been aware of it, but the top economists all around the world, I'm not an economist, I'm just observing a fact and writing a blog. But there have been economists who have been working on this problem, but cannot solve it yet. And it is the gap, as we just mentioned, is increasing day by day. I do not have the answers, but my assumption is that governments need to step in, and government policies, including things like tax reforms and uh, public services like healthcare and education, mm, even maybe food and basic subsistence in the geographies around the world, is perhaps one of the ways to bridge this gap. I'm sure the future generations will actually laugh at this fact, just and find it ridiculous. Just as we laugh at the fact of slavery, we laugh at the medieval times, the gladiators and such. Anyway, that's what I wanted to share. Um, just reading my personal blog. I'm actually in Oahu, Hawaii. This is Waikiki Beach. And I'll just show you around. It's a cloudy day today. but it's always beautiful. All right. Thanks. Have a good one.